You're tuned in to Drama Drip, your go-to source for the juiciest updates in television entertainment. Hey there, General Hospital fans. I've got your 2-week spoilers for November 3rd through the 14th, and trust me, there's plenty of drama ahead. We're diving into Sidwell's bold moves and Portia's big exposure. It's going to be wild. This is Belinda from Drama Drip, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single twist. Now let's jump right into all the action happening during the first and second weeks of the November sweeps. Starting Monday, November 3rd, things heat up fast. Drew is really pushing Ronnie to sign those mansion sale papers as sow as possible. He tells Ronnie straight up, "Go ahead and sign it, and you'll finally be done with all the Quartermaine drama for good." Jason, Brooklyn, and Michael are all there, and Martin's in the mix too. Tracy's on her way, but before Drew can corner Ronnie into signing, chaos strikes. Out of nowhere, a cute puppy dashes in, snatches the papers, and runs off. Drew is yelling for someone to stop the dog, and it's a total mess. Now here's the real question. Did Cody plan that little stunt? Or was it just a funny accident? Meanwhile, Tracy is on her way to the Quartermaine mansion with the real will she just discovered hidden in a box. She's confident she can shut down Ronnie once and for all, not realizing that Martin, who isn't even on her radar, is actually the one masterminding this entire mess behind the scenes. Over at Jordan's place, Curtis drops by and makes his intentions clear. He wants her. It seems like Curtis might be there for more than just a chat, and let's just say sparks are definitely flying. We'll see if the two end up taking things further. Meanwhile, Sidwell tells Laura that everyone has a price, and he's pretty sure she does too. But come on, this is Laura, she's not one to sell out. Still, her decision could land her in trouble by the end of the week. By Monday's end, it looks like Tracy has the upper hand. She's got the will, and the dog ran off with the fake documents. But the big question remains. Which will is the real one? We know Tracy's version is legit, but something tells me the other side won't go down without a fight. Elsewhere, Sonny pays Alexis a visit. He wants her to present Portia to the police as an alternate suspect, something that could be a win-win for both Willow and Michael. But what Sonny doesn't know is that Portia's got a rock-solid alibi, so that plan might backfire. On another front, Britt is in trouble as Emma keeps pressing her with questions about her connection to Dalton. This storyline rolls over from Friday, and while Britt is quick on her feet and might manage to bluff her way out, Emma definitely isn't convinced. Meanwhile, Gio and Emma are speeding up their plan. They're determined to stop Dalton. But now that Britt's tangled up in the mix, things just got way more complicated. Moving into Tuesday, November 4th, Britt receives a mysterious warning. It could be from Emma, warning her about how dangerous Dalton really is, assuming Emma believes Britt's story. Or maybe it's Jason, cautioning her about getting too close to Sidwell. Over in another part of town, Portia absolutely loses it on Jordan, and for good reason. It's probably about Jordan running her mouth to Curtis about the pregnancy and not minding her own business. If Curtis and Jordan have crossed that line already, I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan throws that in Portia's face during their argument. Meanwhile, Alexis finds herself butting heads with Drew, most likely about Monica's will. Alexis handled the will reading, but she wasn't the one who drafted it. That was another attorney. Drew, being as pushy as ever, might try to convince Alexis to declare that the will Tracy brought forward is fake. And if that doesn't work, he might even use the restraining order against Danny or leverage Scout to get what he wants. Clearly, Drew's not afraid to play dirty to protect his own interests. Elsewhere, Rocco finds his plans thwarted. Dante and Lulu might catch him sneaking out to visit his other mom, which could stir up some family tension. At the same time, Martin confides in his sister Laura. It looks like he may finally admit that he altered Monica's will, revealing his motive, pure revenge against Tracy, since she had him arrested. Then comes Wednesday, November 5th, and Gio steps in as the voice of reason. He might be the one trying to calm things down between Ronnie and Tracy as their feud escalates. Meanwhile, Anna finds herself in a dangerous situation, possibly involving Dalton, Brennan, or even Sidwell. There's no shortage of threats this week. Alexis, on the other hand, is being supportive of Danny but may use that as a bargaining chip, pressuring Drew to lift the restraining order and let Danny see Scout, but only if she cooperates with his plan. Alexis has been bending the rules a lot lately, so at this point, nothing she does would be shocking. Over on the lighter side, Felicia and Spinelli are feeling relieved. Maybe because Nathan supposedly said James could stay with his siblings and Spinelli. But honestly, I don't think that's the real Nathan. Something seems off. It's probably someone pretending to be him, maybe even Peter with some mind control or brain-tampering twist. We'll have to wait and see. Finally, Justine meets up with Sonny privately, and their conversation turns serious. Sonny might reveal that Portia's been blackmailed and that she's got a strong motive to take Drew down. Thursday, November 6th. It looks like Jocelyn is getting a brand new assignment from Jack Brennan. But the big question is this mission about keeping an eye on Britt? Or could it actually be about spying on her own mom, Carly? Meanwhile, Marco totally catches Lucas off guard. And from the looks of it, he's planning to ask his boyfriend to move in with him at Windmere. Yeah. Kind of awkward, right? Especially since Marco already lives there with Sidwell. I mean, can you imagine Lucas trying to share a house with Sidwell? Or even living on creepy Spoon Island? Definitely not your typical romantic setup. Grinning face with sweat. Elsewhere, Felicia gets handed a brand new private investigator mission. This one's personal. She might be digging into what really happened to Nathan all that time everyone thought he was dead. They've got a lead on the truck's origin, and there was also that mysterious phone call that got triangulated, so something big might be brewing there. Then there's Tracy, who's facing a serious challenge. I'm guessing this might have to do with Alexis questioning the legitimacy of the other will. Maybe it was dated before the one that made Ronnie the heir. If that's true, things could get really complicated. I don't think the current will is getting thrown out that easily though. And guess what? A familiar face returns on Thursday. Clapping hands, it looks like James Patrick Stewart might be back as Valentine. Reports say he's being held locally by the WSB, which definitely sets up some exciting twists ahead. Friday, November 7th. Carly's got an update for Valentine, while Laura's mayoral re-election campaign hits a major roadblock. Over in another corner of Port Charles, Sonny and Jason are teaming up again, probably trying to figure out how to save Michael and Drew after that shooting incident. Meanwhile, Emma and Charlotte are cooking up a new plan for their Dalton scheme, and Ava manages to seriously impress Sidwell. Maybe even a little too much, since things seem to be getting flirty between them. November 10th to 14th. We've got Dante opening up to Lulu, likely about everything going down with Michael, that whole frame-up situation and what Willow revealed. Sonny shares a pretty intense moment with Justine, and now that Justinda is officially with Michael, she might have to hand that big fat check back to Nina since she's switched sides to support Team Michael. Sidwell's flirtation with Ava is heating up, while Brook has some tense words with Chase, probably because Chase keeps defending Willow. There's also a good chance Alexis finds a way to get Willow out on bail soon. As for Lucas, he's totally shocked when Marco asks him to move into Windmere. It's definitely a bold move, maybe even too fast. But the real question is, will Lucas actually say yes? And finally, how long until we see Rick Lansing again? Fans are eager to know how he's recovering from that whole ordeal with Ava and the Davis coven. Thanks as always for being such a loyal listener.